Hello, fellow travelers, ready for a new adventure? Sweden is famous for its iconic sights, but today we're going beyond the usual. We'll uncover hidden gems and secret places most visitors miss. Think quiet villages, wild landscapes, and unforgettable moments. I've picked 10 amazing spots and one final secret at the end. So, join me as we discover the real Sweden. Let's get started. Our first hidden gem takes us to the stunning west coast of Sweden. We're heading to the island of Smögen. This is a place that truly captures the essence of Bohuslen's coastal charm. Forget the bustling cities for a moment. Imagine a classic fishing village, vibrant and full of life, yet wonderfully peaceful. The most famous feature here is the Smögenbryggan, a long wooden boardwalk that stretches for nearly a kilometer. It's lined with colorful old fishing huts and boathouses, each one telling a story of the sea. This isn't just a tourist attraction, it's the beating heart of the community. You can spend hours just strolling along, watching the fishing boats come and go, and breathing in the fresh, salty air. The real magic of Smögen is found in its details. As you walk the boardwalk, you'll find wonderful little shops selling local handicrafts and art. There are cozy cafes where you can stop for a fika, that wonderful Swedish tradition of a coffee and pastry break. For lunch, you must try the fresh seafood. The prawns or rakor are a local specialty. You can buy them directly from the fishermen's boats. It doesn't get any fresher than that. Beyond the famous boardwalk, Smögen has more to offer the curious traveler. I encourage you to wander away from the main path, explore the narrow, winding alleys that lead up the granite cliffs. Here you'll find charming wooden houses and lovely gardens. For a fantastic view, hike up to the pilot's lookout point. From there, you can see the entire archipelago spread out before you. If you're feeling adventurous, there's plenty to do. You can join a fishing excursion or a seal safari to see the local wildlife. For our next stop, we journey south to the beautiful region of Skåne. Here, perched high on a ridge overlooking the Baltic Sea, we find Ales Stenar. This is one of Sweden's most enigmatic and impressive ancient monuments. Think of it as Sweden's Stonehenge, but with a dramatic coastal setting and far fewer crowds. The site consists of 59 massive boulders arranged in the shape of a ship, stretching 67 meters long. It's a powerful and mysterious sight. Standing here, you can feel the weight of history all around you. The stones have been here for about 1,400 years, silently watching the seasons change and the waves crash below. Historians and archaeologists have long debated the purpose of Ales Stenar. Was it a burial monument for a great Viking chieftain? Or perhaps it was an astronomical calendar aligned with the movements of the sun. Getting to Ales Stenar is part of the experience. The monument is located just above the charming little fishing village of Koseberga. You'll park in the village and take a scenic walk up a gentle hill to reach the stones. After you've spent time at the ancient stones, be sure to explore Koseberga village below. The village is famous for its smoked fish, especially herring and salmon. You can visit one of the local smokehouses and sample this delicious specialty. Our journey continues as we head east across the Baltic Sea to a truly unique and captivating destination. Welcome to Fårö, a small island just off the northern tip of Gotland. This is a place that feels like a world of its own, with a landscape that is both stark and breathtakingly beautiful. Fårö is famous for its raukar, which are dramatic sea stacks carved by nature over millennia. These limestone formations take on incredible, almost sculptural shapes. Fårö was also the beloved home of the legendary Swedish film director Ingmar Bergman. He filmed several of his masterpieces here, drawn by the island's unique light and dramatic scenery. You can truly feel his spirit all around the island. Getting to Fårö is part of the adventure. There is no bridge. You must take a short, free car ferry from the main island of Gotland. Once on the island, the best way to explore is by car or, even better, by bicycle. Beyond the Raukar and Bergman's legacy, Fårö offers simple, profound pleasures. You can visit the historic Fårö Church, a beautiful medieval building that has stood for centuries. Or find your way to Södersand, one of Sweden's finest sandy beaches, perfect for a long walk or a lazy afternoon in the sun. Fårö isn't about ticking off a list of sites, it's about immersing yourself in a unique and tranquil environment. It's a place to find peace, inspiration, and a deep connection to nature. Now, let's travel north up the coast of Sweden to a place of epic landscapes and geological wonders. Our fifth hidden gem is the High Coast, or Höga Kusten. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for very good reason. The area is a living textbook of geology. It is the highest coastline in the world, and it is still rising from the sea. This process, called post-glacial rebound, started after the last ice age when the immense weight of the ice sheets melted away. The best way to experience the high coast is to get out into it. This is a hiker's paradise. The Skogen National Park is the heart of the region. One of the most famous hikes takes you through the dramatic Slotdalskrevan, a narrow 200-meter-long crevice that splits a mountain in two. But the high coast is not just for serious hikers. You can drive the scenic tourist route that winds along the coast, stopping at picturesque fishing villages like Bornholm and Norrfällsviken. You can also take a ferry out to one of the islands, such as Ulven, once the center of the fermented herring industry. And speaking of fermented herring or surströmming, no visit to the high coast would be complete without acknowledging this infamous local delicacy. Beyond that culinary adventure, the region is also home to some fantastic local producers. You can visit farm shops and distilleries like the High Coast Distillery, which makes world-class whiskey. The High Coast offers a perfect mix of outdoor adventure, cultural heritage, and unique local flavors for the curious traveler. For our next gem, we move inland to the charming and historic town of Söderköping. Located in the province of Östergötland, this is one of Sweden's best-preserved medieval towns. Its real claim to fame, however, is its position along the famous Göta Canal. The canal, often called Sweden's Blue Ribbon, is a 19th century marvel of engineering that connects Gothenburg on the west coast with the Baltic Sea. Here, the canal passes right through the center of town, creating a lively and incredibly scenic waterfront. The main activity in Söderköping is simply to relax and soak up the atmosphere. Find a bench along the canal and watch the pleasure boats navigate the historic locks. One of the town's most beloved traditions is visiting one of its famous ice cream parlors. Smultronstället is the most famous, known for its gigantic and creative ice cream creations. Grabbing a cone and strolling along the water is a quintessential Söderköping experience. Beyond the canal, I encourage you to wander through the town's historic heart. The medieval street plan is still intact with narrow cobblestone lanes and well-preserved wooden houses. You can explore the old Drotham quarters, where you'll feel like you've stepped back in time. For a fantastic view of the town and the surrounding countryside, take a walk up Ramunderberget Hill. There's a viewing tower at the top that offers a panoramic perspective of the canal winding its way through the landscape. Welcome to Falun, home of Sweden's legendary copper mine. This mine powered Sweden's rise for centuries. Go underground on a guided tour. See tunnels, shafts, and miners' helmets. The air is cool and the rock glistens in the dark. Above ground, see the iconic Falun red cottages, painted with color from the mine. Falun's story is written in red across Sweden. For our next destination, we are heading far to the north, deep into Swedish Lapland. This is for the truly adventurous traveler. Welcome to Sarek National Park, one of Europe's last great wildernesses. This is not a place with visitor centers, marked trails, or cozy cabins. Sarek is wild, untamed, and profoundly beautiful. It is a land of over 100 glaciers, dramatic alpine peaks that soar over 2,000 meters, and roaring glacial rivers that carve their way through deep valleys. Sarek is the ultimate destination for experienced trekkers and backcountry enthusiasts. There are no marked paths here. You navigate by map and compass, following ancient reindeer migration routes through the stunning Rapa Valley. You might see majestic moose grazing in the valleys or golden eagles soaring high above the peaks. This is also the ancestral land of the Sami people who have herded their reindeer here for centuries. For those who are not expert trekkers, there are still ways to experience the magic of Sarek. The famous Kungsleden, or King's Trail, runs along its eastern border. Another incredible option is to take a helicopter tour. Visiting Sarek is about more than just seeing a beautiful place. It is about experiencing true wilderness. For those with a spirit of adventure, Sarek National Park is an ultimate life-changing hidden gem. After the wild extremes of the far north, our ninth gem brings us back to civilization, but to a place with its own unique and vibrant energy. We travel all the way south again, to the delightful city of Lund in the province of Skåne. Lund is one of Sweden's oldest cities, with a history stretching back to the Viking Age. But today, its identity is dominated by its prestigious university, founded in 1666. This creates a wonderful blend of ancient history and youthful dynamism. The heart of the city is the magnificent Lund Cathedral, or Lunds Domkyrka. Construction on this stunning Romanesque cathedral began in the 11th century. Inside, be sure to see the incredible 14th century astronomical clock, which puts on a little show twice a day. But the real joy of Lund is simply wandering its charming streets. Explore the cobblestone lanes that wind around the cathedral, lined with colorful, half-timbered houses. I highly recommend a visit to the Kulturen, an excellent open-air museum right in the city center. Lund's university culture means it has a fantastic cafe and restaurant scene. You will find countless cozy spots for a fika, where you can sit alongside students and professors discussing their work. Lund offers a different kind of Swedish experience. It is not about dramatic landscapes, but about the charm of a historic intellectual hub. It is a true cultural gem. For our 10th and final gem before the big reveal, we return to the beautiful west coast, not far from our first stop in Smögen. We are heading to the island of Tjörn. While the entire Bohuslän coast is stunning, Tjörn offers a unique and compelling blend of raw natural beauty and world-class contemporary art. This combination creates a truly special atmosphere. The main draw for many visitors to Tjörn is the Nordic Watercolor Museum, or Nordiska Akvarellmuseet. This stunning museum is located right on the water's edge in the village of Skarhamn. The building itself is a work of art, with clean modern lines that complement the rugged coastal landscape. The museum also has 5 small studio cottages built on stilts over the water, where artists can stay and work. The whole place radiates a sense of calm and creativity. It is a must-see for anyone with an interest in art and architecture. Just a short walk from the museum is the incredible sculpture Archipelagos, or Pilane Sculpture Park. This is one of my favorite places in all of Sweden. It is an outdoor art exhibition set in an ancient landscape. You walk through a field dotted with prehistoric stone circles and burial mounds from the Iron Age, and scattered among them are monumental contemporary sculptures by artists from around the world. The giant 14-meter-high sculpture of a woman's head named Anna has become an iconic landmark, gazing out over the sea. Beyond the art, Tjörn invites you to simply explore its natural beauty. Rent a kayak and paddle around the smooth, rocky shoreline. Drive the scenic roads that wind through the island's interior, past green fields and traditional farmhouses. Tjörn beautifully demonstrates how nature and human creativity can come together to create something truly magical and memorable. And now we have arrived at our final destination. Thank you for joining me on this journey through 10 of Sweden's most wonderful hidden gems. As promised, I have saved a very special place for last. This is our +1 secret, a reward for the truly curious traveler. For this, we return one last time to the magnificent west coast of Bohuslän. We are heading out to sea, to an archipelago so remote and so beautiful it feels like you have reached the very edge of the world. Our secret gem is the Weather Islands, or Väderöarna. The journey to the Weather Islands is an adventure in itself. You must take a special boat from the mainland, from towns like Fjällbacka or Hamburgsund. As the boat leaves the sheltered inner archipelago and heads into the open sea, you can feel the change. When you finally arrive, you are greeted by a scene of stark, sublime beauty. The islands are mostly bare rock, polished smooth by ice and sea over millennia. There are no roads, no cars, and no shops. There is only the sound of the wind, the cry of seabirds, and the endless rhythm of the waves. For centuries, these islands were a vital haven for sailors and pilots navigating these treacherous waters. They would wait here for the right weather, which is how the islands got their name. Today, the main island, Tjörn, has a single wonderful guest house and restaurant housed in the old pilot station buildings. Staying here is an experience unlike any other. The hospitality is warm and inviting, a cozy refuge against the wildness outside. The food is magnificent, focusing on the freshest seafood imaginable, often caught just hours before it is served. The Weather Islands are a true escape, remote, peaceful, and surrounded by the sea. Here, you slow down and reconnect with nature. There are no roads or shops, just the sound of wind, waves, and seabirds. Evenings bring quiet magic. Watch the sunset from a hot tub at the water's edge. Stay overnight to truly feel the calm. Wake to the gentle light and the endless horizon. The Weather Islands are a place to pause, breathe, and remember the beauty of solitude. What a journey we have been on together. We have traveled the length and breadth of this incredible country, from the ancient stones of the south to the wild, untamed wilderness of the far north. We have explored charming canal towns, discovered art on remote islands, and descended into the very heart of the mountain that built a nation. I hope this tour has sparked your curiosity and inspired you to look beyond the obvious on your next trip to Sweden. The real magic of travel is often found not in the famous monuments, but in the small, unexpected discoveries we make along the way. It is in the taste of a fresh prawn bought directly from a fishing boat, the feeling of ancient stones under your fingertips, or the profound silence of a vast northern wilderness. If you have enjoyed our adventure today and found these tips helpful, I would be so grateful if you could take a moment to support our work. Please give this video a like, it really helps others to find it. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We have many more journeys like this one planned, uncovering the hidden corners of Europe and sharing the stories that make these places so special. By subscribing, you won't miss a single trip. Thank you so much for being a part of our traveling community. So, as we finish our tour, I want to leave you with one final thought. The greatest adventures are the ones you create for yourself. Use this list as a starting point, but don't be afraid to find your own hidden gems. Talk to the locals, wander down that intriguing side street, and follow your own sense of wonder. Sweden is waiting for you, full of secrets and beauty. All you have to do is go and find them. Thank you for traveling with me today. Until next time, keep exploring and travel with joy. Happy travels.